I don't think I ever gave two fucks for real about fame or money.
I understand the pursuit of money and economic well-being, but I feel like, what do we then say to the people that don't have that and never will have that?
Right.
I was born poor and miserable, and I'm now pretty well off, and I'm very happy. And I worked at those, and so I've learned a few things. There are some principles.
The biggest problem within our community is knowledge. We don't know.
There's a big difference between not knowing what the meaning of life is and, God, I got to get the fuck out of this job. I can't live my life this way. What's the meaning of life if this is my life?
Which is why I always start with, let's get you rich first.
Clearly there was a moment in your life and in your 20s when I imagine you thought, this is probably not going to work out. I mean, for time being, you became like a stock trader.
I mean, I had to earn money. I had children going to school, and I just wasn't making money, man.
Sometimes what you can do is, like, you have too much responsibilities, and you're always going to feel short-sighted by life because it's random and it's crazy and it's chaos. Because back then I was a road comic, you do a gig on Thursday, it's $200. You do a gig here, it's $150. You're scraping together enough money so that you could pay your bills and eat. And you were always worried about gigs, always trying to fill my book, always trying to call booking agents, drive to Connecticut, drive to Jersey. Where do I got to go to make some money? And it was all just trying to stay alive and trying to make it, right? Trying to become didn't really think I was a legit professional comedian. It could all go away.
As an artist, I chose the life to be a musician. I could have lived in Cleveland and sold spaghetti and had a comfortable life. At the time, I've had many, many moments in my life where I was like, should I move home and just ditch this music thing? Because that would be so much easier.
There's great aspects to what you can do with your money, but it's entangled into your life in a weird way. There's what you currently can do, right? Based on your circumstances, based on your life, your health, your responsibilities. And when you see people that are making a lot of money and you see that money starts to get you thinking that that's what you should do. Yeah. You should do that money thing. But then you do that, you realize, but this isn't fun. Yeah. Now most of my day is spent doing something that's not enjoyable. That's not what I want to do.
There has to be something else other than the worshipping of money.
Yeah, it's a hollow pursuit. It's a pursuit that's it's not examined closely enough for its hollowness.
The biggest problem within our community is knowledge. We don't know. The knowledge of banks and what you can do or can't do is fucking, you don't even get it because you go to check cashing places. The knowledge isn't given. So it's not till you obtain that knowledge and understanding that you go, oh shit. Oh, this is why you put money up. Oh, this is how you increase versus decrease. Oh, this is how you earn on your money.
Did you read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No.
It's interesting. It's an interesting way to approach your relationship with money if you've ever struggled with it or weren't sort of given a crash course on how to handle it.
The information isn't there.
Right.
So it's not till I got to a certain level and a certain group of people where I got it. And now that I got it, I want to give it. It's 100% the reality. And it's weird how it happens. But when you go, oh my God, learning and knowledge is power. Fuck, they used to tell me this when I was 10.
And you're like, what?
Yes.
Nonsense.
10, 11 years old, I heard that shit all the time.
And don't tell me people can't do it, because they can. That's just the tyranny of soft expectations. That's just you looking down on somebody else. They can do it. They just have to be educated.
Now I finally get it. Damn, I'm about to be 40. Took me all this time to get the goddamn code, but I got it.
Yeah.
It hits you at a different time. And when it does, be excited about it, man. Yeah. Be excited. I'm excited about what 50 is. I'm just now getting to 40.
But yes, everybody can be rich. And let me give you the thought exercise. Okay. Imagine if tomorrow we could wave a wand and everybody was trained as a scientist or an engineer. Everybody. Even if you weren't very good, You had enough understanding of computers, you could write some code, you could build some hardware. Now, if they're educated all as hardware, software engineers, scientists, biologists, technicians, hard sciences, not the social sciences, we would all be done within 5 years. Robots would be doing everything from cleaning toilets to cooking food to flying airplanes to driving Ubers. And what would we be doing? We would be doing all creative jobs to entertain each other and researching science and technology. We would have wonderful lives. So it is really just a question of education, nothing else.
I'm probably more happy or never as happy as when I'm on the road at some cafe somewhere, coming up, solving problems, coming up with new ideas and surprising myself. Everything else,
And in the old days, what happened was if you wanted to be peaceful inside, you would become a monk. You would renounce everything. You would become an ascetic. You would give everything up. You'd renounce women, men. You'd renounce children. You'd renounce money. You'd renounce politics, science, technology, everything. And you would go out in the woods by yourself. You had to give everything up to be free inside.
The Buddhist guy was saying that sex and all these material possessions, they possess you. And that to be completely free, you have to be abstinent and you have to be free of material possessions. I said, well, why?
Well, today we have this wonderful invention called money, where you can just store stuff up in a bank account, okay? And you can basically save up. You can work really hard. You can do great things for society, and society will give you money for giving it things that it wants and it doesn't know how to get. And then you can save that up, and you can live well below with your means, and you can find a certain freedom in that, and that will give you the time and the energy to pursue your own internal peace and happiness.
I go, what if you achieve a level of success where you don't worry about those things anymore, and they don't contain you, they don't hold you, you're not a prisoner of them, because you're really not worried about them. Like if all you had was this one thing, and that one thing was taken from you, that would be devastating, and that's what this is based on. But what if you had unlimited resources? If you were Richard Branson, it's not an issue. Then those material possessions no longer possess you. But this guy didn't want to look at it that way. Like he didn't want to think that was ever possibly an option. I'm like, well, it's not an option because you don't think it's possible to achieve that level of material possession or that material success.
So I believe the solution to making everybody happy is to give them what they want. Let's get them all rich. Let's get them all fit and healthy, and then let's get them all happy.
Are those things even possible?
Absolutely.
Everyone can be rich?
Everyone can be rich.
Everyone. Brian Count said something once, and I never forgot it. He said, and we were kids. We were in our 20s. He said, the only amount of money you need is so that you can go to a restaurant and not care what things cost. Everything else is bullshit. If you got enough money, you can go to a restaurant, you don't worry. Just order a bottle of wine, order meat, order whatever you want to eat. You don't have to think about the price. He goes, that's real freedom. Because everything else, like all that other shit, you forget, that's all just, it becomes complicated. You don't need that. Real freedom is the freedom to not worry about your bills. I guess I was 25, 26 maybe, 25. And I got this development deal from Disney. And it was like $150,000, and I couldn't believe it. I had $150,000. This is nuts. And I felt like a physical weight lift over my shoulders. And so I got that development deal, and it was the nuttiest feeling in the world. It was like I felt lighter. Like I felt lighter. And then I was like, oh, that's the key. Like, get the monkey off your back. Get the bill monkey off your back. And that's the real freedom. The real freedom is not being rich. You don't feel any different being really rich other than the stuff that you can do. But the way you feel in the day is the same way you feel if your bills are paid.
One of my brothers who was a big car collector, 3 Ferraris, Aston Martin Laguna, and I've even shared a story. We would go to nightclubs where this is the Olympian, this is the 5'3" guy, and we would go to nightclubs and he would pick the most beautiful woman and approach her, even though she's accompanied by a 6'4", tough looking guy. And he had that confidence, I think, because he had that wealth catapulting him.
It certainly helps.
It certainly helps.
It is a weird, ever prevalent aspect in the communication between men and females is how much money does the man have.
Right.
I mean, and this is one thing that a lot of women hate because they don't want to feel like they could be purchased, and they can't.
Right.
A lot can. It's a factor. It's a big and a lot of women are very just rabidly, ruthlessly independent. They don't want that ever in their life, and good for them. But the reality is, it's a very effective strategy. You pull up in that Ferrari or that Rolls Royce or whatever the fuck you're driving, and it has a big impact when you get to that nightclub. I have what you call fuck you money. And if you have fuck you money, you don't say fuck you, what's the point of having the fuck you money? You're wasting it. Like, you're wasting the position. Like, someone said to me, like, why do you like sports cars so much? Like, how many cars do you have? A bunch of cars. Like, because if I was a kid and I said, hey, if I was that crazy rich famous guy, like, I would want to have a bunch of cool fucking cars. Like, so I would do that, like, because not everybody gets to do that. Like, if you're the person that gets to do that, you're kind of supposed to do it. Like, that's if you want to, if that really does speak to you,
and be grateful for it, and to remind yourself to be that exists to be grateful for, and not be taken advantage of. And I think that's one of the hardest things about money/power, is you start treating things as if they're underneath you.
Ooh,
you know, where you go, God, I'm so glad I can go anywhere in the world right now and get a meal. And I don't have to think about how am I going to pay for this? Am I going to be in debt on my credit card? But when you start saying, excuse me, I said 204 degrees, not 190.
Right.
Read my lip, you know, and you're like,
oh, that's just gross. Once you have achieved this level of success where material possessions don't mean anything anymore, then you can kind of like say, okay, well, what do I enjoy? Camaraderie, friendship, creativity. Like, what is it that I'm actually chasing? When I moved to California, it was the first time I had a nice apartment. And I'll never forget this either. I was sitting in my apartment, and it was a beautiful place in North Hollywood. I had a loft, I had a pool table in my apartment. I was like, this is amazing. How is this real? How is this mine? After a while, it just became my house. And then I realized, like, oh, this is the same feeling I have when I'm home that I had in my shitty apartment in New York. It's the same feeling. It's not better. It's not worth the amount of money that it costs if you're, like, renting a house that's way over your budget and you're doing Uber just to try to pay your bills. If you have a TV and you have a nice bed and you can cook your meals, you're good. That's what you need. That's all you need. Everything else is just like the amount of effort that you have to put in to make the amount of money to get all these other things leaves you in this constant state of anxiety. And I think people just get lost in this idea of constantly making more and getting more and chasing more. And I just concentrate on what I do. Find out what actually does make you happy.
You got to be climbing the mountain. 'Cause at the end of the day, like, climbing the mountain is far more satisfying than being at the top of it. Like,
isn't that weird though? That's like not what we've ever been taught.
But there's a point, you almost have to like get really rich to understand that. You really have to just buy all that shit. Realize, okay, like I got it all, it's cool, that made me happy, but it's temporary. That's kind of where I differentiate the happiness and the pleasure. You know, you can buy the pleasure, but the pleasure is somewhat short-lived.